In this video, light tinkering. I wasn't planning to film, so I haven't got the microphones. I'm very sorry about that. So this is kind of old school style. We've got Ellie here. Her back tyre had gone completely flat, which makes me think this isn't the first time. You can probably tell it's gone completely flat. It might be time to do something. I think that rim's leaking. Also going to sort the exhaust out. I've just had a run out in Tuck because I had to move her to get the engine. Ellie's engine that went to Croatia, the one we hastily built, has failed. Probably the crankshaft. That engine is now in Bella over here, and we'll be going to my friend, not my Delica, we'll be going to my friend Colin tomorrow, and hopefully we're going to rebuild that engine with some parts from other engines and actually make one good engine. That's the hope. More on that as it happens. But as the weather was nice, I thought, well, let's get some cars out. And I can't take Ellie out on the road. She's not taxed at the moment. But I thought, well, let's sort this exhaust out so she's good to go. Might give her a run around the yard. I've got a new exhaust hanger to go on. I'll show you what's happened down here. Because she's got a van side exit exhaust, the exhaust rubber has too much play in it. So you use a cable tie to compress it up at the top and just keep it a bit tighter. But these new rubber hangers don't seem to like such treatment, and that one's just snapped, which is less than ideal. So I've got the tiny little bolt. It's an 8mm head, I think, or a 7. That's soaking in some Bulldog BDX because they're a sod. They don't like coming undone. And I'll have to undo these ones as well, get some penetrating oil on those. They go through to the floor inside. They're 11mm heads, so 7mm thread, and that's what holds that hanger together. So we'll get that off as well and get it fitted. I've actually had a really busy day. I've been at Whiteland Restorations this morning rebuilding brake calipers on the Pajero, but on the first one I managed to tear one of my new seals. So sorry, I've got shadows in my face. It's quite sunny, unusual. I'm not used to dealing with it. So I've had to order up another kit of another repair kit just for the one seal. 13 quid down the pan, but there we go. Pajero progress slow at the moment. Whiteland Restoration is very busy. I can't actually get in the workshop, but then I seem to have very little time. The next 2 days are dedicated to 2CV engine rebuilding, and then suddenly we seem to be at the end of another week. But yeah, it would be nice to have this one back out, but the weather has not been like this. It has not been nice and sunny. I think this is the only sunny day this week, and it's been so wet and there's so much mud on the roads. It's just, yeah, quite depressing, but I guess that's winter for you. Yeah, let's grab some tools. The Bulldog BDX has had a soak. Let's see if we can get it undone. So here she is. I've got the exhaust resting on a axle stand under here. We've got the little bolt off that holds the bottom of the rubber. And I've got to undo these two in here. You can see, best not to look at too closely for it. Oh dear. Yes. Constant battle chasing rust out of this car. Incidentally, inside you can see where the U-Pole Raptor coating has done a pretty good job. It's just in some places it's cracked, and all havoc is being released. Ratchet is out of a free toolkit that Darren Daihatsu, who sends us loads of bits, managed to get as part of a deal somewhere, and it is very cheap. I've already almost broken the ratchet, but nonetheless I'm very grateful for him passing it on, because all my tools are in the Pajero, which is not here. So all my tools generally are at Whiteland Restorations. Oh, there we go. That's now starting to spin. I may have to use 2 hands, sorry. And there we go, it's off. And look at the state of this. Aftermarket parts. That's like a year old. And it's utterly ruined. And it's not just because of where I was clamping it. It's cracked all the way around. That's appalling. And if I get these 2 speed clips off, we can separate and remove the rubber. Fling. And here's the new one. I'm kind of hoping this might be new old stock. That'd be good, because then it'll be far better. So that just sits in there. It gets pinched like so, Put the speed clips back on here. That's it, thread on the underside, get it right. Lovely mucky job this. It's probably because someone sprayed penetrating on it everywhere. There we go, we got the top half ready to reassemble. Oh, I apologise for the shouting. It is a farm after all. I think some of the animals have gone missing. I've just realised I've got to get this over the exhaust silencer. There we go, rubber refitted. We've got a new cable tie in place that reduces the movement, because if you don't reduce the movement you tend to find you either snap the swan neck or you just make the joint blow in the engine bay because the exhaust swings around too much. Why have I got a side exit? I just quite like the noise of them. So that's one reason, but the other reason is the long tailpipe has to snake its way around the suspension and ends up sticking out under the back here. And Ellie's got the adventure bar on, so the exhaust will be hanging down about here. It'd look quite unsightly, so I prefer the look as well as the sound. Talking of sound, let's see if she'll fire up. It's been many months. She gets there in the end, and that is a good exhaust note, isn't it? Wow. Well, after not very long she's already off choke. It's a sign of how mild it is today. The wind's quite cold, but the sun is lovely and warm. I love this little car. For those that don't know, I've had this car, it'll be 24 years this summer, and we've done something like 130,000 miles together, getting on for. Actually no, we're getting on for 140,000 I think. Get the fuel flowing through, it's been a while. Oh, happy days. I'm going to rag her around the farm a bit, and then she'll have to be parked up again, but hopefully it won't be too long before she's out, and maybe she'll be out with a different engine. We can give this one back to Pete Sparrow. Come on, old girl, there we go, clear your throat. Oh, marvellous. That was fun. But now Giselle is free to come out. Oh, I'm just nipping up the unit just to put the engine in the Berlingo. Yeah, got distracted. Let's see. Again, she's going to take a lot of cranking, but she always does. Just give her a quicker blip, but I don't think it's going to do any good. I don't think there's any petrol left in the carburettor. Oh no, bit of a drop in compression there. She's galloping. There we go. Sounds smooth enough though. Actually started way quicker than she normally does. You probably want the classic car rising shot, don't you? So I'm going to have to squeeze back out. There we go. Wait for it, folks. Okay, we'll come to the back. The back usually goes first. Come on, Giselle, up you go. goes. We have liftoff. The novelty of this never wears off, ever. And now the front, which is heavier of course, needs a bit more pressure. There we go. Marvellous. Sounding rude health, Bizelle. I think that gallop proves that sometimes leaving a car parked up is not the best thing for it. Let's get a blinking out into the sunlight. I might have to wipe some of the dirt off the window so I can actually see out. Ugh. Let's creep forward gently. It's a bit bigger than old Ellie. Stupidest rev counter ever, really. Yeah, might need to clean that. It's not 11:15. Ignore that. Just been razzing up and down the farm track, and yeah, good to be back in Bizelle. Because French in both a positive and a negative light. Oh, I'm all out of breath for two reasons. One is I went for a ride on the electric bike and I've left the battery at home. That's hard work. It doesn't ride well. You need an electric motor because the tyres are so stupid. And the other one is pushing Bob in back on my own. Half a turn uphill. Quite hard work, but Bob does at least roll well. But Ellie's back in here complete with my tip find garden chairs. Nice for relaxing on. So I'm going to wrap that one up. That was just a nice day. Yeah, there's no better way of summing it up. It has been a nice day. I haven't got everything done that I wanted to. The Pajero, initially some frustration this morning, but yeah, had a razzabout in Ellie and Bizelle and Tuck. Tuck of course can go out on the road, so it can go a bit further in her. But yeah, next project, Ellie's engine, and progressing with the Pajero as and when we can. But thank you for watching, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in a future video. Bella de Berlingo, by the way, I'm running some injection cleaner, some dipotane through her at the moment. I'm convinced it's made a very slight difference, but I'm not expecting miracles. Something is still a bit amiss, but she's driving well enough in general driving, so we'll keep going. I actually take her for a long run when I go to deliver the engine, so yeah, we'll see if that makes a difference. The advice says tip half of the bottle contents into the tank and then drag it down a motorway for 60 miles. Not really an option around here, so yeah, we'll do what we can tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for watching this slightly chaotic look at the fleet and a rather non-typical day of, well, I don't know, stuff. Me getting horribly distracted, but oh yeah, it's reminded me that once the weather improves, good times will soon be here again. So thank you for watching. Don't forget you can head to the Have Nut store should you want a lovely beanie hat or something else, hoodies, etc. And we'll see you in a future video. Farewell.